Question 3. Oliver, Wyatt, and Grant had a competition to see who could get the most Halloween candy, and the weights are given below, and as well as information about the conversions. And so we're trying to figure out which one has the heaviest amount of candy. So in order to compare these, I want to make all of my units the same. So here I've got 3 different units: ounces, kilograms, and pounds. And so I'm going to make those the same. And you can use any one that you want. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick, let's go with pounds, okay? And I'm just kind of picking that at random. And so we'll see if that ends up being the best one. So the first thing, if I'm doing it in pounds, I don't have to change Grant's, okay? Grant's at 3.5 pounds. I'm going to leave that. But let's take a look at Oliver. So Oliver is 50 ounces. And then up here, you're told that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So this is the thing that everyone always thinks about. It's like, well, I'm going to do something with that 16. Am I going to multiply by the 16, or am I going to divide by the 16? And you can do it with a little bit of logic and reasoning. Or you could do it by setting up a table. That might help out. So I'll set up a table, even if you don't think that you need it. And then I'll talk about the logic behind it. So if I'm doing a conversion, so let's just put pounds on this side and ounces on this side. Well, we know that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And we're trying to figure out, for Oliver, his is 50 ounces. So how do I get from, now you can think about, how do I get from 16 to 50? Well, that's not immediately obvious because it's not a whole number. So another way to think about this is by using that unit rate. How do I go from the right side to the left side? So what you do in this problem is you're going to divide by 16. So I'm going to do the same thing to the 50 to keep an equivalent ratio. So I'm going to take 50, and this is where I get out my calculator, divided by 16. And that is going to equal 3.125. So for Oliver, I'm just going to jot that down up here. His is 3.125 pounds. Now, the way to do this without like setting up a table and all that, which is fine, is if you know that a pound, like in this case, you know that a pound weighs more than an ounce. And so when I'm converting from ounces into pounds, the number should be getting smaller, okay? Because it should take less pounds to equal that many ounces. So if you keep that in mind and you know that the number is going to get smaller, then you know that you're going to have to divide, because otherwise the number is going to be getting bigger. And so if you kind of use logic and reasoning, that's fine, but still make sure that you were to write it out, like 50 ounces divided by 16 equals 3.125, so that you're showing that how you came up with that, okay? I'll use logic for Wyatt there. So Wyatt is in kilograms. So now in this one, what I'm going to have to do is, first of all, I'm going to have to convert the kilograms to pounds, or that's what I'm going to have to do in order to do the comparison. So we know that a pound is more than a kilogram. And so if I'm converting from kilograms to pounds, because a kilogram's more, that means that I'm going to be multiplying by, in this case, 0.45. Let's see, 2 kilograms is, see, now I'm confusing myself here, which that's super common here. To 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. And so, you know what? I'm a little confused. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a table here to help myself out. Okay? So let's do a table. Boom, boom. And we know that our conversion from pounds to kilograms, 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. And I've got 2 kilograms. So what do I have to do? If I'm converting from kilograms to pounds, if you look up there, I'm dividing by 0.45. So I'm going to do the same thing with the 2. I almost did the wrong thing there. Good thing I drew a table. So if I take 2 divided by 0.45, that is going to give me 4.444 repeating pounds. Okay, that's what popped up on my calculator. So I'm going to write 4.444 repeating pounds. So now it's really easy to put these in order. Who had the heaviest? Well, we've got Oliver, Wyatt, and Grant. All you got to do is look at those three numbers, and Wyatt has got the most candy. Always write your statement out and make sure it's really clear what your answer is, along with the evidence for that answer and reasoning.